good evening po sa inyong lahat at welcome na naman sa isang episode ng Tech Sabado. Jing Garcia po ng techsabado.com and of course, The Manila Times kung saan nagpag-uusapan natin ang mga nangyayari sa mundo ng teknolohiya mula dito sa Pilipinas hanggang sa buong mundo. So ngayong gabi, isang oras na naman ito from 8 to 9 in the evening. Pero syempre, every weekend may mga kasama tayo dito mga host, mga regular host natin since we started Tech Sabado 10 years ago. To my right, yung mga kasama ko as host ng Tech Sabado, unahin na natin ang executive editor ng newsbites.ph, walang iba kundi si Attorney
Melvin Kalimag po ng newsbites.ph. Magandang gabi, Jing. And of course, and although di po pa siya na-introduce, good evening, Tito Tribs, Raymond Tribino of the Manila Times.
Okay, Tito Tribs.
Yes,
Bakit?
magandang gabi po. Sabi nga ni Attorney Melvin, Raymond Tribino ng The Manila Times at ng cleantechnica.com. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Isang oras na naman ang balitaktakang tech. Magandang gabi po, nagbabalik ang Tech Sabado at ngayon po kasama natin, matagal ko na hinahabol to pero kasama po natin si Mr. Edmond Araga. Siya po ang current president ng ASEAN Federation of Electric Vehicle Associations with an S. Kasi lahat ng mga electric vehicle associations ng buong ASEAN region nasa ilalim niya, siya ang presidente. Former president of the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines and also President and CEO of EMI Corporation, isang electric vehicle builder. Yan po. Maraming salamat, Sir Edmond, at nandito kayo sa Tech
happy to be invited.
Thank you very much.
The electric vehicle guy.
The electric vehicle guy.
The main guy.
Lalo na ngayon because of ASEAN. Because attorney,
yeah.
yung ASEAN region, the Philippines,
host.
Siya nag-lead sa pagbuo ng because
talaga?
in terms of adoption and in terms of growth, kayo na sir, mag-kwento.
We were the first to establish the regulations.
Correct.
Kasi nung nag-start kami way back ang association or EVAP started in 2008. Walang regulation, walang standards. No, nothing at all. So,
Sa Philippines or ASEAN-wide?
in Philippines alone and ASEAN-wide.
ASEAN-wide,
Wow.
Kasi syempre, naman yan depende yan sa kung anong priority ng bawat country, di ba? And then we push for the regulations for a decade. We started 2010, 2011, lobbying to different senators and congressmen. Pero wala kaming luck until finally noong 2020, we were given the opportunity to work with Senator Win Gatchalian to establish the EVIDA law. Yun. So, we were the first to establish the law. Planning it out together with it is a CREVI or comprehensive roadmap.
Correct.
Para may ipaplan out mo from short-term, mid-term, and long-term until 2040. And this is also in line with our COP26 commitment.
sa United Nations.
Yes, so kasi it's been committed by each and every country na kailangan meron tayong pinoprove that we are pushing for this type of industry.
Yes.
Para for the environment.
For the environment.
Pero bring up ko lang yung importansya ng EVIDA at saka yung role ni Sir Edmond dyan sa niyan. Because way back 2009 ba sir, nung nag-grow yung electric vehicles, sinuportahan ng Asian Development Bank yung pag-convert ng mga two-stroke tricycles natin into electric vehicles, into electric tricycles. Actually, that triggered it. Pero
unfortunately, it was stopped. The $100 million project, $100 million was put on hold because there are some issues pertaining to the technicalities of how the program works. No? Una-una kasi is ino-offer to dapat sa local government unit. Second is sino takers, sino magbabayad. Mga local government units, ayaw nila pautangin. Hindi na para gamitin yung ira nila for paying the units. No? So, That was another
Kasi
issue.
saan gagamitin yung 100 million?
Oh, yes.
For the deployment of more than the cost of the e-trikes.
Yung
the
trike.
yung
assembled.
e-trike, okay.
That is, ang na-deploy lang is around more than 1,500. Ang target doon, nasa 5,000 e-trikes nationwide. Now, it was bidded by different players, local and foreign, and nanalo yung sa Japanese technology. And medyo mahal din yung pricey, saka yung price niya, that's around more than 500,000. Tapos, wala pang nakapag-proof na kung tatagal ang lithium-ion. So, ang issue din doon, warranty ba? Kaya ba ng 5 years? Para mag-grant siya? Tapos 5 years payable? Yun yung mga issue. Tapos, hinahadlangan din syempre ng mga local na ano natin.
May resistance.
Of course. Oo, kasi why would you rebuild kung umaandar na naman na yung ano.
In the same way dun sa jeepney modernization.
Precisely.
Ganun.
So ang malakas na resistance ng mga TODA officers and associations, ganun din as parehas na PUB modernization program.
Correct.
So hindi nag-materialize yung project.
Pero
Yes, sige.
because after all of that happened, nagkaroon ng realization talaga yung government. That's why when EVAP pushed it with Senator Gatchalian, and then nagawa, EVIDA po is the Electric Vehicle Industry Development Act. So yung batas na yon mandates the development of the industry with support. May mga support in terms of tariffs, technology, developments, and so on. What did EVAP do to push that law? And how is it benefiting the industry now?
It really has a big impact. Unang-una is like, for the investors, wala silang sandalan eh. Kung ano basis nila, kung mag-work ba yung investment nila, magre-return ba yung business aspect nila, kung wala kang regulation. Second, kung sa standards at wala sa standards yung ginagawa mo, mahihirapan natin pagbasihan kung ano yung dapat na secure sa consumer, yung makakapag-secure sa business models and everything. So, yun yung mga ginawa. We approach it by having an academic chapters involved.
Oh, yeah. True.
Building this team up na maging nakita nila transparent and walang bias na treatment on other brandings.
Correct.
Kasi pagka meron kang nakikita brandings, that's where the technical issue is.
Okay.
True.
So, mahirap makuha yung ganong arrangement. And with the dedication of our academic chapters who works together on this, we were able to establish those regulations.
Correct.
And that we lobby it also co-entwined with the BPS or Bureau of Philippine Standards na kailangan mag-meet up sila para maayos yung standards and regulations.
Ano ba, kasama ba yung plan na we build our own?
Yes. Well, actually, our association was pushing for public transportation ng approach because Filipinos are way behind sa mga ASEAN countries.
Correct.
In terms of automotive.
Yes.
No? The only simple thing that we can produce is a jeep and a tricycle. Why? Because there are only small components needed
Correct.
for you to function it. Now, yung facility mo na bumili ka ng motor, may controller, gawin mo yung chassis, locally built, yung design, gawin mo yung body, available naman dito. So, dun yung pinaka-approach mo na. Ngayon, paano mo mapapa-encourage yung buyer? Kailangan meron kang regulation na, meron kang PUB modernization program.
Yeah.
Meron ka dapat na setup na urban city planning.
Correct.
Para sa pag-build mo ng green routes and everything. So, dapat yan in place bago mo i-roll out.
Sir Edmund, matagal ko nung gustong itanong to for industry executive like you. Why is it that Vietnam, who just came from the war a few decades ago, is now leading in vehicles like the one
They have been fast.
VinFast.
Yes.
Pero sa atin, ano naman tayo? Relatively, mas ahead tayo decades ago. Pero they leapfrog us.
Okay.
Ano yung meron sila na wala tayo?
Okay, one is logistics.
Okay.
They are very near in China. Support group on raw materials.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Second, technology, sinuport sila ng US and other European countries in building the company. Kasi, kung ang direction ng government,
Isa lang. Oo.
kayang ipa-implement na mabilis.
Correct.
Pero kung ang direction ng government, may panig dito, meron dito, nagkakaroon ng chaotic approach, diba?
May mga resistance.
May resistance o meron namang hindi, syempre, hindi pabor sa amin yung ganito, dapat parehas tayo, ganyan. Unlike, yung driven by this one company, VinFast, nung pinasyalan namin yan way back 2019 o 2018, yung VinFast company, talagang nila is on real estate.
Correct.
Ang
Yung mother company.
Mother
Vin Group.
company.
Yung Vin Group.
Yung Vin Group company, malaki na yung capitalization nila.
Correct.
So, they are capable enough to hire technology experts. They can do whatever importation that they can do para lang maayos na at maging doon sa pagbuo ng isang sasakyan. And then, in fact, they have a big leap of offering agad ang target nila, US market kagad.
Yes.
Oo.
So,
Which they somehow have some issues. Kasi syempre, iba yung US market as to...
Correct.
At tapos hindi ka pa... Wala pa yung trust and confidence.
Correct. Wala pang brand.
na
Hindi
building,
overconfident
diba?
yata sila doon sa
Okay,
part na
it's
yun.
like the same as what China and Japan were able to experience. Japan before was a no-no here in the Philippines. American cars lang
yes.
ang
Correct.
kilala. Tapos, anong ginawa? Pinag-taxi, kung whatever na, sige gamitin, parang yung mga TV rin yan. Gamitin mo na gamitin. Papalitan natin kagad. No questions asked. Para ma-build yung trust and confidence. And that is what they approach right now in Philippines. O, gawin natin taxi yan. 15,000 taxis, i-deploy mo lahat yan. Makita lang nila na kung ano yung performance ng sasakyan. Eventually, they will be able to build the confidence of each and every consumer. Ay, matibay yan. Ilang taon na di ba? I mean, yung titingnan yung after sales. Kung marami bang dealers na pag nasira, di ba? Yun naman mga bagay na kailangan mong addressin para at least ma-come on mo yung buyer.
Saka pag sinabing isang communist country, dito tayo pupunta. Lahat doon.
Yung political will. Yung political
Yes.
will.
Political will, no?
Yes. Looking at the figures of nung sa amin sa yung Evida law, kung walang political will yun na may halo, ano ang mangyayari? Kasi pagka hindi meron kang agam-agam sa gusto mong direksyon, hindi magmamaterialize. Why? Because ang lakas ng lobby ng iba.
Oo, of course.
Okay?
Yes.
Correct.
So,
May
pag na-influence na, yun yung medyo wiwiin mo kung balanse ba o hindi. Diba? Doon yung nagkakaroon ng challenge.
Oo nga, yung Jeep is a 75 years old
Yes.
technology.
Correct.
Ayan, no?
Pero naisip ko nga yung, yung Evida Law, yung katulad yung na-mention ko, we build our own. What is the difference or similarities nito dun sa Marcos Sr. era na
Cars.
yung gagawa tayong sarili natin na,
PMPI.
yes,
and
diba?
then,
Meron tayong sakbayan, meron tayong
Yes.
Tamaraw, meron
Yes.
tayong Ford Fiesta.
During the time of the Marcos
Pera
era,
pala,
yung Marcos era, they entice manufacturers
To come in. Correct.
Right?
Okay.
Kung hindi na nagkaroon ng political instability on that period, tuloy-tuloy naman sana. We have GM.
Yep.
We have Ford. We have Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Diba?
And the
Mitsubishi,
Japanese trade.
nandito na rin noon. Diba?
Kanilubang, yeah.
Toyota. So, marami sila. During those period, we were at the height of, medyo mataas tayo in the aspect of the ASEAN.
Correct.
So, talagang tinitingnan na yung technology nandito sa Pilipinas. Maganda yung takbo. Nangyayari lang, medyo, syempre, di natin, ako, pinanganak ko sa 75 eh. So, nung period na yun, naramdaman ko pa yung mga sasakyan.
Correct.
Pero naramdaman ko rin nung nagkaroon ng political instability noong 1983. So, na-witness naman natin, naghirap tayo. So, ang hirap makapag reset at bumalik sa ganun dating ano.
Correct.
Yun ang naging issue.
Correct. So, now, for example, if it were to depend on me entirely, ang gusto kong next vehicle ko is an electric vehicle. Pure electric vehicle. Ikaw, Melvin, may tinatanong ka.
Oo.
Kanina. Kailangan masagot ni Sir Edmond on air.
Oh,
Huwag
kasi
lang
nga-
mata.
Kasi yun dun sa employer ng wife ko, meron silang this is a government agency, bank actually. Dalawa lang naman yan. Land Bank and DBP. They have a loan program for the employees for
Electric
it's either
vehicle.
EV
Okay.
or
Hybrid.
Hybrid, okay.
So you are a resident EV guy. Pero of course, nandito si Sir
Yes.
Edmond tatanong ko na rin. Ano ba would ang dapat na pwede mong i-advise if for someone like me na first time buyer,
Okay.
o how much would I save if I buy a new electric or compared to the internal combustion or hybrid?
Okay.
Yun,
One is, do you live in detached, single detached, or condo?
No, in a village.
Village?
Yes.
So, may capacity ka makapag-charge sa loob ng bahay.
Correct.
Meron.
Ako. So, yung outlet mo, pwedeng gumawa ng sariling. Just for dedicated for the charger.
And then merong outlet doon sa parking mismo.
Yeah. Pero, if you want to upgrade it, kailangan may dedicated ka na 7 kilowatt, na fully
Pwede.
grounded.
Aircon, parang aircon.
Parang aircon.
Ang aircon.
Okay.
Pwede.
So, yun na yun. Pangalawa, how many kilometers do you usually drive in a day? Kwentahin mo siya.
Oo.
Ngayon, kung makikwenta mo, kwentahin mo in a week, hindi naman. Ngayon, mga sasakyan ngayon, like for the hybrids, just to give you ang hybrid category, hindi yung
Hindi yung kunwaring hybrid.
Ang hybrid is like hanggang 20 to 25 kilometers range yun na battery.
Sa battery.
Battery.
Before yung sa gas, no?
Bago pumasok.
Saka ang priority ng ng hybrid is gas muna. You just have to switch to battery in case you want to switch to battery. Pag na-consume mo na ulit, babalik na sa gas. Now, yung plug-in hybrid, priority nun, konsumuhin mo muna yung battery, yung powers ng battery before it switches to gas.
Gas.
Right now, ang mga PHEV or plug-in hybrid electric vehicles runs from 100 to 120 kilometers before it switch to gas.
Wow, that's
That's
a lot.
Metro Manila, mama.
100, yeah. Actually, mahaba na rin, pero ito yan sasabihin mo, paano kung traffic?
Oo nga.
Did you know na wala siyang
Kino-consume?
consume pagka traffic?
Oh.
It's the same as pagka yung pandering mo lang. Wala. Totally. Even if you want to sleep inside the car, matulog ka ng magdamag sa gabi. Minsan ginagawa ko yun. Kasi minsan anyway, kung mag-camping ka, ang litit na ng percentage na nakukonsume niya doon sa baterya.
Baterya.
Kasi it depends on on usage mo yan. Pangalawa, comparing it to peso na per liter as to peso as per kilowatt per
Yes,
hour. An average of a Meralco charge or yung sa ating power utilities is 10 to 13 pesos per kilowatt per hour.
Okay.
As per 65 to 70 pesos
Per liter.
per
liter.
liter. Ang layo na kagad nung comparison mo. Tama? Tapos kung pupunuin mo ang isang sasakyan that's around 20 liters to 25 liters sa isang tank, multiply mo yung 65 mo, magkano yung ginastos mo? And you would be traveling more than yung sa 30 liters mo, depende yun sa 2 liter ba to? 3.5 or 1.5 liters. Depende sa engine displacement. Yung baterya, yung natin, 13 pesos, sabihin na natin 13, nag-travel ka na at tas chinarge mo ng 4 hours. Magkano lang yung kilowatt per hour tayo, di ba?
So parang masisave mo, sir, is parang one
More than triple the cost. More than triple the cost.
triple the cost.
Di ba?
Oo.
See, yun doon pala panalo ka na.
Malaking bagay na.
Okay. So,
Sa plug-in pa lang yun.
Sasabihin naman, baka naman madali naman ako sa kuryente ko. Para isang 1.5 na aircon lang na inverter. Ang
correct.
consumption niya. Kasi yan, ang mga baterya, nasa around, average niya, nasa 30 to 60 kilowatt yung mga battery. Para mag-full mo siya, kung sa 2 kilowatt charger, 8 hours yun. Pero pag 7 kilowatt charger, 3 to 4 hours full charge ka na. Pero kung yung plug-in hybrid ka, walang 4 hours yun. Puno yun eh. Kasi ang liit lang naman ng battery.
Correct.
Diba?
Okay.
Ang hybrid, hindi mo ma-charge sa bahay. It's only the engine that can charge the battery.
The battery.
Ang plug-in hybrid,
Pwede.
either you plug it on a single outlet, on an outlet, or use your engine to charge it.
Oh, okay.
Regenerative yung isa, di ba?
Lahat yan may regenerative
Lahat sila
braking
may
system.
regenerative.
They all have those. Tapos, lahat yan, it is equipped with may economy, may normal, saka sport mode. So, kung gusto mo matipid-tipid talaga, yung eco.
Oo, eco ha.
Pagka yung normal, tapos yung sport mode, kung gusto mo nang mabilis.
Hataw-hataw.
Ngayon, sa regenerative, meron din siyang switches. Meron kung gusto mo yung nasa 5 or 4 or 3. The more na nag-decline ka, the more na nag-apply ka ng brakes, the more na nagpapasok na regenerative braking system. But mind you, hindi naman ganun kalaki yung nabibigay niyang balik sa baterya. It just so happen na at least kahit paano may savings ka na yung kinetic energy that produces of the regenerative braking system can help add to your usage.
What about, sir, yung maintenance naman?
Yan pa isa, maintenance. So when you're using a hybrid, you still have gas. You have to change oil. Meron ka pa rin yung PMS schedule. 5, 20, 25, 10, 100, gano'n. Ang BEV, meron din siya 5,000, tapos na 100,000 na.
Gano'n?
Kasi update ka na ng ng OS operating system eh. So, normally, you just have to check on consumables. Brake pads, braking system, gulong.
Gulong na.
Yun lang, tires, ganun.
So, pagka in your case, attorney, kung nag-iisip kasi, di ba, pinag-uusapan natin yun. Nag-iisip ka na, na bibili. I was recommending actually, Sir Edmund, I was recommending, go full electric instead of choosing a hybrid. Bakit? Is my recommendation correct? Given his,
kasi
yung travel mo, 40 kilometers per day.
Kasi I was initially hesitant sa lack of infrastructure.
Correct.
And range anxiety.
Yes. But your home charging unit is enough to give you...
Kasi 99% of the EV users are charging it at
At home.
Yes.
They charge only additional when they go out of town.
Correct.
Or simply, kasi, libre yung park yung charge doon.
Sa mall.
Sa mall.
Sa mall,
2 to 3 hours mag-park ka doon. May slot ka na kagad, di ba? Pero that was, thing of the past. Ngayon, agawan. Agawan.
Saka papalisin ka na pag charge ka na, di ba?
Hindi, yun nga.
Hindi nga maalis eh.
Dapat may penalty na.
Correct.
Kasi
Ginagawang
na-attempt
parking.
to abuse ginagawang parking. Tapos yung iba, like hybrid, EV nga pero ba't ka pa-park sa, hindi ka naman mag-charge. Mga ganon, di ba?
Dapat magkaroon ng ng parang regulations.
No, it is,
Iba, may bantay na
meron na yun, pwedeng maglagay ng penalties,
Ng penalties
yung mga
na.
operators. So that, kasi siyempre, you consume na dapat kumita na yung operator doon sa susunod na slot.
Correct.
Di ba?
Yeah.
So, kung ayaw malis, sige, dyan ka lang.
Pero,
babayad ka.
may charge doon.
In other
automatic.
countries, gano'n naman eh.
Correct. Babayad ka.
Pwedeng ganun no? So, pag alam na nung machine na charge ka na, so, dadagdagan na lang yun. Dagdagan ka na lang.
Sa kaya iba, yun, kagaya, may gwardiya, tatawag,
may-
boss,
Ganun yan.
labas siya na yung...
Kasi nabuso nga ng iba, ginagawa parking
Nabuso.
slot yan for the whole day.
Kaya nga.
Ang, actually, Philippine setting is the most ideal. compared to America, to China, and other parts of the world. Why? Because the range distance of every car right now, 400 to 500, wala ka ng range anxiety.
Oo.
Pero pag pumunta ka sa Amerika, ang
Malalayo
takbuhan mo,
talaga,
no? Malalayo talaga.
malalayo, tapos ito pa yon. This is really a fact. When you use it on highways, malakas ang baterya mo. Bakit? Kasi tendency, apakan mo ng...
Hataw ka eh.
Hataw ka eh. Diba? Pero kung city driving ka,
Traffic dito eh.
hindi mo nga apakan yung accelerator na andar siya eh.
Oo.
Correct.
Diba? Meron yung features na gano'n.
Brake
Na
ka lang ng
umaandar
brake.
ka, na pagka-apply ka na apply ng brakes, doon yung mas malakas mag-consumo ng gasolina. Yun yung secret ng mga ICE. Kasi kaya nga traffic, Reno. Isipin mo yung takbo, parang yung, ano yan eh, dugo. Pagka hindi stop mo, so walang circulation ng dugo. Andar ka ulit. Apakan mo na naman, bibiglain mo yung ano, di ba? Eh yung motor, ang battery, dito lang sa gulong mismo yan eh. Wala nang dadaanan na mga kung anong pasayano ng mga fuels. Automatic, kakamot na yan doon sa gulong.
Wala nang energy na mawe-waste.
Wala.
Habang tinatransmit yung, yung power.
Sir,
Dean Garcia po ng TechSabado.com and of course, The Manila Times. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our video assets sa Facebook and YouTube.
hello, I'm Melvin Kalimag. Please like and share the social media properties of Tech Sabado and Newsbites.ph on Facebook and YouTube.
Magandang gabi po. Share, like, follow, and subscribe Tech Sabado sa aming Facebook at saka YouTube pages. Punta kayo.
At nandito tayo ngayon, of course, sa bagong-bago at napaka-komportableng venue called Quad by Action Group dito po sa Asian Century Center sa Bonifacio Global City. Let's talk about interoperability nung
Yan ang
port.
next ko. The charging
So,
port.
if I buy, let's say, a BYD, can I use yung mga
Sa Tesla.
yung mga sa Tesla, yung mga nandun sa malls na
Actually, there's one particular YouTuber, pumunta ng South, nakicharge yung kotse niya is Tesla.
okay.
Nakicharge siya sa BYD. Kasi
Pwede.
mas maraming dealer ang BYD.
Okay. Pwede
Diba?
yun, sir.
Pwede.
Pwede.
Because they are using
standardized na ba ang
CCS port.
Ah, okay.
CCS.
Ang DOE has a program na piniprefer nila na ang install mo is CCS over any other type. GBT o CHAdeMO. Kasi CHAdeMO is used by mostly Japanese.
Correct.
GBT is mostly used by China brands. Now, natututo na yung mga China brands na bago nila dalhin dito, naka-convert na into CCS.
Yan kasi yung gamit ng Tesla. Or,
At hindi lang, kasi yung halos lahat ng mga charging stations dito, nagsi-CCS na sila.
okay.
So, why would you install a GBT kung hindi naman magkakam on charge?
Sana sir, magkaroon ng standard like, kunyari Type-C among the
Oo,
gadgets
nga,
na
yun.
parang gano'n.
Yes. Actually, dapat yung uniform.
Oo.
Isa na lang siya, platform para at least hindi tayo magkakaroon ng problema.
Oo.
Advantage yun yung siyempre sa dealers, di ba?
Well,
Advantage talaga sa
partly yes, part. Yung kagaya ng VinFast setup, no? They are free to charge it anywhere in dealers nationwide. Basta VinFast ka lang. May ganun silang konsepto eh. Kasi kahit sa kaabutin, basta maghanap ka na ng VinFast, makapag-charge ka. It also depends on the dealers if they are open to it. Kasi like, for example, high-end. Porsche, pupunta ka sa Green Hills. Eh, hindi naman Porsche kotse mo. Siyempre sila hindi sila medyo doon sa at ease na merong ibang magagamit ng charger nila.
yes.
Unless otherwise you are a Porsche user. Or mga ganong bagay ba. It depends on the dealers yan eh. Pero advantage yan kasi location sites were really being put up nationwide. Right, like right now, BYD has more than 70 dealers now. 70 dealers nationwide.
Correct.
So they have the most. Followed by sina Owagi Group, marami na rin sila.
Correct.
Mga photo nila, yung mga trucks nila, gano'n. So marami naman din available. Tapos yung mga operator natin, operator ng mga chargers, hindi lang nandun kasi sa Ividalo eh. Mandatory supposed to be ang gas stations.
Yep.
meron.
By 2040,
meron.
kailangan may charging stations ka. Lahat ng newly built establishments, mall, public establishments should have at least 5 to 10% of your parking slot should have a charging station.
Did you say 2014?
2040.
2040. Okay, 2040. So, pero...
Kasi meron kaming, yung tinan out namin yan, may target kami, may projection kami ng short, mid-term, and long-term. Ang long-term na natin by 2040, all government departments are using EV. By 2040. Tapos yung fleet users or fleet buyers, private and public, should have at least more than 10% of the fleet EVs.
EVs.
What's the current adoption sa gas stations? Ilan pa lang sa kanila ang merong charging?
Okay, ang challenge kasi, most of the gasoline stations, kuryente ang problema. Why? Kasi kailangan mo ng DC charger.
Correct.
Pagka DC charger mo, kailangan mo na may
Pero kan
transformer ka
three-phase.
malaki.
Meron kan three-phase.
So, may malaki ang investment din kahit pa
Inverter,
paano.
Correct.
Para to power up ang isang DC charger.
Kaya nga sir, dun sa Mamplasan, yung Shell Mamplasan,
So,
meron silang EV charging
Correct.
doon, Tito Trip.
Si Shell, marami. Shell Recharge.
Pero
meron.
namamahalan ako dun sa ano.
35 pesos.
35 pesos.
Oo, sa ano, per
Yung
per
sa
hour ba yun,
regulation,
share, no?
Yes, per kilowatt.
Per kilowatt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So parang ang average mo, pag nag-full charge ka ng 80 to 90%, not really full charge, 80 to 90%, gastos ka ng 1-2.
1-2.
Eh, compare mo naman sa gas mo na 1,000 liters.
So, half na rin.
1,000 pesos. Half na yun.
Nasa 3,000.
Malaki na rin.
Kalahati rin yung ano.
Kalahati.
More than one
Oo.
half, no?
Kasi ang binabayaran mo dito yung facility. To set up the charging stations is not really cheap.
Oo.
It comes, yun, ang ginawa pa nila. Although it is not really fully powered by a solar panel, but it has ng renewable. Kasi yung mga bubong na yun na nandun sa paligid ng puro solar panels
panels
yun.
yun.
Sa Shell.
So why don't manufacturers like BYD or other and Tesla put up yung mga solar panels?
Actually, that's
Meron
the
ba
directives of the DOE. Okay, may nag-question nga eh. Hindi ba naisip ng DOE na kung dumami at maraming na talaga, sabihin natin milyon na yung sasakyan dito, paano ngayon yung power supply?
No.
Right? Ang DOE is encouraging renewable energy. And now they are also studying implementation of nuclear energy. Kasi darating sa point in time na all are electric eh.
Yes.
Diba? And that we have to figure out what would be the better solution for the infrastructure. So, the more na meron kang renewable energy power up yung para sa charger mo, the better.
Correct.
Like, even individuals, right now, marami na nagsusolar na rin na bahay.
Tama.
Kasi, isipin mo ngayon, hindi mo na babayaran si Meralco. Doon ang galing sa taas.
Libre na.
Libre ka.
Pwede ka pang ikaw magbigay ng
Yun lang
kuryente.
yung ang nagiging holdback ng isang buyer is upfront cost eh. Hindi na nakita yung long term.
Pero right now, at kamusta naman adoption ng mga Filipino sa EV? Kasi alam ko, e-trikes marami.
Oh, actually, ayan sir, buti nabanggit mo.
E-bikes.
E-bike and e-trikes.
ayan,
Oh, ayan, nabanggit mo yan. Talaga, in ASEAN region, in Philippines alone, maraming users. Kaya sila believe na rin. Kasi nasubukan na nila yung low end ng mga e-bike.
Okay.
Especially during the pandemic.
Pandemic,
Correct.
yes.
It became a personal mobility na hindi sila makikisakay kung saan-saan. Sa sasakyan lang nila. The only disadvantage of it is yung battery doesn't last a lifetime. Say 1 year, 2 years, papalit ka na kagad. Kasi lead acid.
kasi, no? Correct.
Now, they already knew the advantage of switching into lithium than using the lead acid. So, yan ngayon, nakuha na nila yung interest, nakita na nila yung benefits, susunod nila, bumili na sila ng malaki-laking sasakyan. Tama? Pero the average Filipino can only afford the 2-wheel and 3-wheel sector.
Correct.
Kasi di naman not the 110 million Filipinos can buy in an instant a car. Right? Ang kailangan lang naman nila is kasi because our transport system is not really efficient
Yep.
as other countries has, they rely on their personal mobility. So, counting the personal mobility, consider mo yung mga small cars or two-wheel. Like for instance in Vietnam, sabihin na lang natin, alam mo ba sa Vietnam, sa isang pamilya, merong 5 na motorsiklo sila. Sa Indonesia, ganun din yung built. So, ibig sabihin, marami silang options sa paggamit ng motor. At ang production sa atin dito sa Pilipinas alone, Japanese brands lang, more than 2 million yung kanilang production in a year.
For
Bago
motorcycles.
newly registered. Yearly, nag-increase yun. Hindi pa sinama natin yung China brands.
Oo nga, no?
Times 2. At meron pa isa. Wait, there's more. Yung mga color
Coloro mo.
di ba?
Yes, oo.
See, yun yung, kung makikita mo yung sa mobility side ng maraming potential, ang laki ng market sa Pilipinas.
Pero pinag-uusapan natin micro-mobility. Di ba recently, LTO pinagbawal ang mga
Yan,
e-bike, e-trike sa
Okay.
main EDSA, di ba?
Yes.
Road, yan, no?
Sir, ito yan. During the time that we established the EVIDA law, we were able to establish, yung AFEBA
Correct.
was able to establish, together with United Nations Environmental Program, come up with the standards on the 2 and 3 wheel category. Nakapasok yan nung in-endorse namin sa LTO, yung Administrative Order 039-2021. Para sa gayon, yun yung pattern at basis ng paggawa mo ng EVIDA law. So, yung L1, L2, L3, L4,
Yep.
kung saan ka lang pwedeng gumamit, at yung personal mobility hanggang sa small,
Scooter,
ka lang. Highways talaga hindi pwede. One is safety.
Correct.
Yung mga naiinis sa mga tao kasi lahat ng bumili ng e-bike, e-trike na walang lisensya, gumigit na pa. Diba? Walang sidewalk, dinadaanan, mga ganon. Tapos highway, wala silang pakialam, basta sila, aandar sila, nakagitna pa. So, hindi na nakita yung safety.
Yep.
So, dapat may application talaga yan. Dapat may rehistro, yung mga ganito kabilis, ganito kabigat. Sasabihin nila, bakit pinagbasihan ang bilis? Siyempre, kung ikaw ba naman na tumakbo ka sa highway ng 20, 30, tapos daanan ka, di ikaw yung mamamatay doon, lugi ka pa. Tapos magbabayad pa yung
Yun, nakabag.
nakabangga sa'yo.
So in that effect, sir, you agree with the
Ban.
regulation?
Actually, I'm supporting them. And in fact, yung implementation din, sabi ko nga, dapat noon pa yan eh. Implementation has to take days. And that it has to be followed by the local government units.
Correct.
Some are saying kasi that's anti-poor daw eh. Kasi that's the only...
Okay.
Yung nga sabi nga, sir, they can afford. The poor can afford.
Yes.
That kind of
Hindi naman sinabi ng gobyerno na bawal magtrabaho ng magnegosyo ka ng tricycle, di ba? Dumangay ka lang sa tamang lugar. At hindi, saka yung tamang sasakyan. Yung mga binibili nila, sabihin nila anti-poor, pag na-aksidente yung sakay nila, kaya ba nilang sagutin pag namatay yung pasahero nila? Yung cost nung is because of their vehicle? Hindi.
Correct.
Di ba? Kaya nga dapat may standards eh.
May rules.
May rules ka dapat na
Wild
sundin
Wild
eh.
West na yung kali.
Yes. The mere fact na lahat tayo road users, nagbabayad tayong road users tax. Parang lahat may karapatan? Hindi naman eh.
Privilege yun.
Privilege yun. Pati nga kaya pati pagdilisensya,
Lisensya
kailangan
is a privilege.
i-implement na tama. Kasi bago ka ma-issue ng lisensya, alam mo na. May alam ka na sa daan. Hindi yung basta gumamit ka lang. Makikita mo, bata, below 10, 12 years old, mamaneho ng sa labas.
Gusto nakataas pa.
Taas pa. Tapos, may issue pa. Nasusunog yung bahay. Bakit? Overcharge. Hindi nila alam.
Correct.
Dahil sinaksak sa extension lang.
Extension na
Na yung maninipis yung wire. Di pag uminit yun, tendency, merong isang incident. Kapitbahay, yung Montero niya, pinarada yung nandito yung e-bike. Nasunog yung e-bike. Nadama yung kotse. O di yung kotse niya, hindi na magamit. Sinisisi yung may-ari ng e-bike. Hindi naman niya kayang bayaran yung iba.
Yung Montero.
O paano gagawin mo doon? Babarangay mo na lang. IOU na lang. Di ba? Gano'n na lang.
Pero yung issue kasi dyan talaga, sir, di ba, it's safety. It's actually not stopping or banning micromobility. It's just really safety. Yung issue na yon.
So, even before, yung tricycle, nag-evolve na rin eh. Gusto mo baguhin na maging electric ka.
Oo.
Pero hindi naman sinabi na ito basta mandar yan, okay ka na.
Oo, tama.
Diba?
Iba yung physics talaga pagka nag-develop ka ng gano'n. Balik tayo dun sa sir, balik lang tayo dun sa usapan because it's very clear that the Philippines led, although ngayon yung adoption natin mahina, but the Philippines led in developing the policies for electric vehicles in the region. Paano nyo nagawa yan sa mga bansang tulad ng Indonesia, Malaysia, ang mumura ng gasolina dun?
Okay. Kasi lahat may commitment sa COP26. Saka yung lahat ng government sectors din nila. Tinitingnan na rin yung direction ng industry. The auto industry is willing to move forward to EVs.
Correct.
So, kailangan paghandaan. Kaya nga, nung tinatag namin yung ASEAN Federation, we established this one because we believe our industry is different industry from the ICE industry.
Yeah.
That we have to form in more regulations at pace kasi pagka wala regulation, chaotic.
Okay.
Tapos, magiging, minority kami hanggang ngayon. Pero, in the end, pag ito nag-materialize, pag lumaki rin ang gagamit ito at users nito, nasaan ang protection ng users? Nasaan ang protection ng business sector? Kailangan din natin iayos natin. Pangalawa is that kung nakakatulong naman pala yung industry na to, save barrels of fuel on importation while using the electric instead of you buying the importation of the 90% of the barrels of fuel are land-based. Malaking bagay na sa atin yan. Pwede na natin gamitin ng gobyerno kung saan man bibilin. Pangalawa, kung pare-parehas tayo, gumawa tayo ng isang sasakyan, isang brand na ng ASEAN. Tapos yun ang gagamitin, kikilalanin na common product, ASEAN. You build economics of scale. Di ba? You build manufacturing. Ang nawawala kasi sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, manufacturing.
Yeah.
Ang pinupush din namin sa IBAP, sa totoo lang, we want the local manufacturers to be involved. Kasi ito na yung paraan nyo para magkaroon kayo ng chance na mabuhay pa ulit kayo.
Yes.
When we started our industry, our association, way back during pa ng time ng tatay ko, 70 to 80% locally manufactured, locally supplied. Right now, we are at 5%.
Oh my God.
All are imported.
Okay.
And then, how many units before are local? Dami. Di ba? From Revo to lahat ng car brands. Honda,
Yep, marami.
Ford. Unti-unti nag-shutdown eh. Di ba? Natira Toyota, Mitsubishi na lang.
Yes.
Tapos
And then-
na problema pa sila nung temporarily tinanggal yung cars kasi binalik.
Oh, yun. Yung cars program na yun, Toyota and Mitsubishi lang ang nag-take. 5-year program yun.
Oh.
Paano naman babalik sa kanila, in return yung kanilang pinuhunan?
Correct.
So, yun yung naging issue nung recently, nung bago magpasko, di ba? And it was PPMA who also helped, or yung Philippine Parts Makers who helped the auto sector na convince ibalik. Kinausap namin kasi at lost na yun auto industry.
Correct.
So, paano pa natin i-maintain yung mga auto sector? Yung mga SMEs na sinasabi natin. Kung wala na silang isusupply.
Do you see a electric vehicle industry develop here? For example, like si VinFast or si BYD?
There's a
will come-
potential kasi nakita nga natin malaki ang demand dito sa Pilipinas. We were 110 million at present or 120 million Filipinos. And we are increasing. And ang daming users. Tapos, we are of more than 7,000 islands. Hindi naman lahat ng natin nakaka-afford to buy vehicle. Recently lang, yung mga naging diverse na mga cities, nadidevelop na yung urban cities nila. So, doon na rin nagkikreate ng transport system.
Public transport system.
Public, o kung ano man yung access nila, access to ports and everything. Diyan tayo maghulma. At the same time right now, hindi na nakakonsentrate sa Metro Manila, which is the highly dense city, na-diverse into other key cities.
Right now, how is government addressing this? Aside from the Evita law.
Aside from that, doon sa Evita, sir, there were 5 to 6 government sectors who are they have their own responsibility in building their programs. DOE, DOTR, BOIDTI, DILG, DOST, DENR. So dapat yan, mag-align sila sa programa para ma-meet yung pinaka-direction ng Comprehensive Roadmap Electric Vehicle. Kailangan ma-establish namin yung project namin na numbers para maging sabihin natin successful.
Are they talking?
That's the challenge. Okay. That's why our association is part of the technical committee, part of each and every government sector. We monitor it.
Okay.
Kasi for it to sustain, it has to be built by private and public stakeholders. Pag na-miss out mo yan at hindi nyo na-monitor, mawawala ng isang
Yung
kidnap
buwelo.
yung buwelo.
So, ibig sabihin, sir, lapit na ng 2028. After 2028, yung mga benepisyo ng electric vehicles mawawala.
Okay, it would be the next call of the next president.
Okay.
Whether the next president would be EV enthusiast then or supporter or not.
Continuity na lang ang kailangan.
Yun na rin ang meron challenge sa atin kasi leadership is also a challenge here in the Philippines. Make it on a local ground or national ground. Kasi kunyari, DOTR, nagpalit na naman ng secretary.
Correct.
Iba na naman ang direksyon niya. Hindi niya na focus yung di ba? Dapat meron na silang guidelines kung paano nila tatapusin yung O, pagka yung presidente rin, ito na yung guidelines niya. Pag nagbago ihip ng hangin, mawawala yung privilege na yan.
Correct. So,
Parang
dapat
sa US ngayon,
i-continue
yung
lang.
presidente, iba na yung direction. Outside the climate change,
Yes.
agenda na siya.
Sir, friend ko si Yusek Sancho Maborang, they're, they have set up a parang sa may bandang Isabela yata.
Kagayan.
Cagayan, no? Sa amin,
Yes.
sa Tuguegarao.
Cagayan.
Oh, I'm from
I've been there,
Tuguegarao.
I've been there.
Oh, yung for motorcycles, is that right?
Yeah, e-trike.
Oh, e-trike, oh.
They have their own program.
Oh, sa Cagayan State University, di
Yes,
ba? Oo.
oo.
So,
They're part of our academe chapter.
wow, oh, that's good. So, may ano ba yun, sir? Is it being replicated somewhere else? Sa
No, actually, it's a big challenge kasi yung program ni Cagayan State University, okay siya. In fact, they're also convincing conversion.
Correct.
Conversion program of the tricycles, no?
Yes,
But
marami
what-
kasing tricycle. Main mode doon, tricycle.
Yeah.
Tricycle.
ang challenge nun is wala ka makikitang standards na conversion.
Oh,
Pag wala kang basis ng standards, yung conversion,
Kanya-kanya.
hindi pwedeng kilalanin
Oo, okay.
Nakalin, sir.
ng standards.
ng standard.
okay.
So,
Kasi pag wala sa standards at ginamit mo sa road, DOTR, LTO ang hindi
Magiging-
papayag.
Magiging
Diba?
problema.
So, yun nga, nung sinabi ko rin sa kanila, we were eager to develop this conversion program para maisama na doon sa standards. Para magkaroon ng traction
Correct.
yung ginagawa nila. Kasi yung mga bata, yung mga estudyante ang nag-build doon eh.
Yes, yes.
And it was supported by the local government, which is okay. Ang problem na nga lang doon, yun nga tama. Sa tricycle, ang may control, mayor, local government
True.
unit.
okay.
Kasi sila nag-i-issue ng prangkisa. Pag sinuport ng LGU yan, pwedeng mangyari. Pero kung hindi sinuportahan yan, o may ibang programa ang ibang LGU, hindi nila gagayahin. Pangalawa, 3-year term lang ang mayor. Pag nagpalit ng mayor,
Ganun ulit.
so yun na naman ang
naman
issue,
tayo,
di ba? Oh. Yung continuity, nawawala yung momentum eh. Yun yun.
So it's really not the problem of it's not the problem of the industry or the vehicle or adoption. Di ba? Ang daming mga issues na
Minsan,
nandyan, policy, policy and regulatory issues para sa growth ng. Pero po lumalaki malaki na ang ano bang total 20,000 units ang ano?
Right now, according to LTO and DOE, 50,000 are now being registered.
Okay, 50,000.
as BEV and hybrid vehicle combined.
Correct.
That's more than 5% of the
Yeah.
400,000 registered
Yes,
vehicles.
the total industry volume na.
What's the projection, sir?
We're looking at additional 8 to 10% increase
Every year?
by this
Every-
year.
Okay.
This year.
Kasi yung compare mo yung 50,000 last year, we only gathered 24,000
Okay.
na registered vehicles. A jump of more than 50%.
50%.
Diba? We want to make it conservative in a way kasi parang hindi naman natin masabi yung economy natin kung okay siya eh. Diba? So, we'll see how it goes.
Pero pag sinama mo siguro yung e-bike tsaka e-trike.
Ang dami.
Ay, mas marami.
Oo, mapapasabi
Ang
na.
marami.
Would you believe, sir, one of my member, assembler lang, China bikes lang, they are earning more than 30 million
Wow.
A month.
a month.
Wow. Oh my God.
A month.
Ang dami nga. Yung NWOW.
Ayun!
ganon.
Isipin mo, nationwide. Ilang branches niya.
Correct.
Tapos, ang nangyari, boss, ang mga Pinoy, ang hilig umutang. Babayaran nila yung minimum down.
Oo.
Di ba?
Mahirapan sa monthly.
Yung monthly, depende, di ba? So, the more na, siyempre, affordable na sa kanila. Pagka, 1,000 na, mauwi mo na yung
Yan na.
di ba? O di, marami bumibili.
Oo.
Actually, may gusto na yung tanong tungkol dyan eh. Before we end this interview. Naalala ko, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember when the EV law was being thought of nung time nung mga early years nito, ang isang purpose niyan is to maging competitive yung price. Kaya ang ano nila, sabi nila, may tax incentives, may pag ganyan. Pero ngayon, halos kapareho rin siya ng ice eh. Pareho
Yes.
ng price ng ice. What happened?
Because of the import tariff, zero tariff rates.
Oo.
Because of the EO12, Executive 12, and the EO64,
Yep.
that importation of the vehicles of EV and hybrid would be of zero
Zero tariff.
tariff.
Pero
Kaya
pareho
sila
pa rin siya ng
nagpantay.
price ng ice eh.
So, pag
Hindi,
walang
kasi
tariff,
nga-
tataas.
Pagka nag-apply ka na ulit ng wala ng zero, mataas na ulit siya.
Oh,
Mas
okay.
mahal.
Okay, ito naman ang whether malaki ba yung bagay kasi yung ICE, ito yung tinitinong platform para makabenta ka, di ba? So bumaba ka ng konti para pantay lang. Ngayon transition, yun yung question. Satisfied ba yung bumili ng mga EV as compared to ICE? Meron naman mga industry na hindi pa sila made mag-switch, especially yung mga hauling ng mga malalayo.
Yan,
Yung mga diesel users kasi sabi, kahit anong mangyari, matibay ito. Yung mga gano'n, di ba? Yung gano'n yung arrangement, yung gano'n yung mga
Correct.
concept.
Yung mindset,
Oo. So, yun yung mga marami pa rin. At least, ang consumers, they have the options.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ang challenge na nandyan is how to maintain this. This type of sa inong pricing.
Yung ano ba, sir, yung premium market, are they into e-vehicles din?
Actually, buti na tanong mo, sir. Ang mga mga European cars ngayon, takot na sila sa China brands. Kasi they dominated already. They captured already the high-end brands. And in fact, pagdating sa technology, sa mga features, talo na sila. And I went to Chongqing last year. One executive from Mercedes admittedly na iba na yung technology ng China when it
Yeah.
comes to EV.
True.
Way ahead.
Way ahead.
Compared to the German or US?
Yes,
Oh,
kasi ang ginawa ng China during the time of pandemic, they shut down the market and concentrate on developing the units. And they were the last to open it to the market na fully developed na nila, na correct na nila. Kasi pre-pandemic, puro mga palpak pa yung mga units.
Ang daming
Na, di ba?
Ang daming
Ngayon, kinuha nila yung mga top executives na Tech King na i-integrate na nila lahat, na bago na nila lahat yun. Kaya, pag sinabi mo EV, China. Tapos, wala na yung sumunod na US nga, hindi makaka-catch up eh.
Oh, right.
So are they,
Lalo
China
na
is
Europe.
far and away the leading...
Yes.
Lalo na Europe, Japan
Ang
po na yun.
US, test na lang yung kaya lang i-pitch in pa sa
big
EV.
three, wala, no?
Pero
Hirap-hirap.
pumunta ka sa China, kukunti lang ang Tesla. Mas marami yung
BYD.
BYD.
BYD Geely,
Yep.
Lee, yung Ion, marami ng brands.
Ganun din dito actually, the same brands din ng top brands na nakita natin.
Actually, boss, nung nag-start kami, isa namin yan. Dinagari talaga namin ng EVAP yan. Pupunta kayo, mag-invest kayo dito sa Pilipinas. Yan. We're happy to announce na almost all brands are already here.
Oh, okay.
Except for the higher, XPeng, yung mga,
correct.
meron pang mga 3-4 na hindi pa namin ma-convince. Pero, at least, nag-evolve na siya. Lahat na ng almost all brands available dito.
Galing. Okay, so, in that note, Sir Edmond, ano lang, last words para sa audience natin.
So,
Promoting electric vehicles.
How would you convince, kunyari, for
people,
example, may hesitant...
Like you?
Like,
okay. For those who are bago pa lang sa technology or gusto masubukan ito, pumunta muna kayo i-assess nyo muna yung sarili nyo.
Okay.
Kung ano yung purpose ng pagbili nyo ng sasakyan.
Okay.
Pangalawa, tingnan nyo kung may capabilities kayo na i-maintain yung sasakyan sa pag-establish ng charging station sa bahay nyo para makita nyo yung beauty ng paggamit ng isang electric car. Pangatlo, kung ito ay personal mobility, huwag nyo tingnan yung presyo at tingnan nyo yung long term na magiging beneficiary not only to yourself but on the other generations na may involve mo, pamilya mo, pati yung countrymen mo. Kasi savings is the key, cost is advice, monitor it, and then it dwells on you, ikaw ang gagamit yan. At the end of the day, ikaw yung makikinabang.
Okay.
Okay, with that, thank you very much, Sir Edmond.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
inviting me over.
Thank you very much and Tech Sabado will be back.
Yan po ang ating episode ng Tech Sabado for this week. So sana marami kayong natutunan, especially sa area ng electric vehicles. Kung kaya nyo na bumili ngayon o gusto nyo na bang bumili, I hope na-address namin ang inyong mga katanungan tungkol dito sa bagong trend sa automotive ngayon. Actually, hindi na siya trend eh. Actually, ito na po ang future ng motoring ngayon. Kaya nga tinatawag na nga nila mobility, not even motoring. Kasi yun na nga, all electric na tayo soon. Thank you very much sa ating guest. And of course, thank you sa ating mga hosts, si Atty. Melvin and Sir
Tito Tree.
Tito Tribs, of course. And of course, Sir Edmond of EVAP. So,
Thank you.
maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Hopefully, you'll join us in our next episodes ng Tech Sabado. Thank you. Goodbye.